Today's topic is John Calvin.
John Calvin was a reformer of the Roman Catholic Church.
His beliefs and teachings changed the way the church was run during the Renaissance.
John Calvin was born on July 10, 1509.
Yes, he was. He was born in the Picardy region of France.
As a young boy, he was introduced to a very intellectual academy.
His father was the administrator of the church.
His father wished for his son to be a lawyer.
But his true passion was theology.
While studying theology, he encouraged people who were interested in a reform to the church.
That relationship helped him enable a reform of the faith.
One of his major differences in the reform of the faith was his belief in the few elect.
The few elect? What's that?
The few elect was a theory that God chose who was put into heaven before they were born.
That means whatever they did during their lifetime would not affect either their placement in salvation or damnation.
This theory was known as predestination.
With this theory, all people would lose their free will.
And whoever was not chosen for eternal salvation was given an afterlife of damnation.
Another of his reforms was the introduction of a branch of a Protestant religion known as Calvinism.
Calvinism was thought as strict and grim.
It was strict because they had strict punishments for blasphemy and criminal actions.
Some of the beliefs were that a government should be a theocracy and not a democracy.
He died on May of 1564.
He died from recurring health issues throughout his life. But in the late 1550s, he contracted malaria and a fever and died shortly later.
But his impact on the religious world will never be forgotten.
He had many lasting achievements.
John Calvin made Protestant religion grow worldwide.
And he created a theocracy in Geneva that lasted a few hundred years.
Many branches of Protestant religions owe their popularity to the teachings and reformations of John Calvin.
And amazingly, our archaeology interns here at the studio may have found some lost footage of an interview with John Calvin. Somehow, this footage was captured in the 1500s.
Hello, how are you?
Good. And you?
Fine, thank you. So what led you to be one of the most famous church reformers during the Renaissance?
Well, while studying theology, I made friends who were interested in a reform, which led me to wanting to reform also.
That's very interesting. Were you at all intimidated by people that didn't have the same beliefs as you?
No, not at all. I stuck to what I believed in at all times.
And our concluding question, after all your experiences, what did you learn from this situation?
I learned that it's important to stand up for what you believe in, because that's the only way to make a lasting effect on the world.
Thanks so much for that amazing footage.
Yeah, see you next week when we uncover the mystery of why there were cameras in the 1500s.
Bye!
Bye!
Bloopers!
Today's topic is Today's topic is John Calvin.
John Calvin was a reformer of the...
So what led you to be one of the most important reformers of the church?
Well, while studying theology...
So what led you to be one of the most famous church reformers?
Moving.
Go, man! Go!
Versus you?
No, not at all. I stuck to what I believe in at all times. And I... JC.
Here we go. Down the dark steps.